Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 Hours, your weekly roundup of the top local stories. I'm Idham Naim, your host for the evening. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz underscored the profound national duty incumbent upon every citizen to draw lessons and inspiration from the sacrifices of martyrs, thereby securing a brighter future for the nation. This sentiment was expressed in a social media post commemorating Martyrs' Day.
In his post, President Dr. Muiz extended his best wishes to all citizens, stressing the critical importance of reflecting on the sacrifices made by those who laid down their lives for the country's independence. He reiterated that it is the paramount national duty of every citizen to honor the martyrs and heroes who fought for the nation's freedom by drawing inspiration from their sacrifices and taking necessary actions to secure a prosperous future for the country. Adding to the commemorations, Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif also took to social media to mark the occasion. In his post, Vice President Latif extended his best wishes to the citizens and prayed for Almighty Allah to grant eternal paradise to the martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the nation. Martyrs' Day commemorates the death of Sultan Ali, who heroically fought against the Portuguese and perished on the battlefield in 1558. Sultan Ali is venerated as a national hero and martyr. The Maldives began observing Martyrs' Day on the first day of Shaban in the Islamic calendar year 400,000, corresponding to 14th June 1980. This observance symbolizes the enduring spirit of freedom and nationalism in the Maldives, commemorating the martyrdom of Sultan Ali and honoring the sacrifices made by countless others in the pursuit of the nation's independence.
The administration announces its approval of the request by the residential community of Hirimaradu, Hadal Atoll, to permanently relocate to another island. This decision was revealed by Hina Walid, chief spokesperson for the President's office, through a social media post.
According to Walid, the administration will oversee the permanent relocation of the Hirimaradu community to Hanimadu within the same atoll. The initial request for relocation was submitted by the residents of Hirimaradu in September 2024 and deliberations commenced in October of the same year. Walid confirmed that the administration has resolved to honor the request from the Hirimaradu community to relocate to Hanimadu. In a related development, Adam Sharif Umar, Minister of Cities, Local Government and Public Works, revealed that the ministry has initiated deliberations regarding the relocation process. In a social media post, Minister Adam Sharif Umar confirmed that discussions on the procedural aspects are underway. According to him, a comprehensive roadmap will be developed to facilitate the move, with physical relocation efforts set to commence at the earliest opportunity. Hirimaradu is recognized as one of the nation's least populated islands, with a registered population of 293 residents according to the latest census. Additionally, the residential community of Rakidu in Vavu Atoll has also requested government assistance for relocation to another island. The administration has articulated its objective to concentrate national development within 7 distinct zones, thereby focusing the growth of these regions. In alignment with this strategy, the administration had previously decided to permit the residential communities of smaller islands to relocate to larger population centers.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim departs to Switzerland to attend the 156th session of the World Health Organization WHO Executive Board.
Minister of Health Nazim will represent the Maldives at this session as a member of the Southeast Asia Regional Executive Board. Maldives will continue to participate in the Executive Board as a representative of the Southeast Asian region for a period of 3 years after it assumed the role back in 2022. Maldives will also be the vice chair of the session. This session is the highest level meeting of WHO, where health professionals from 34 countries participate in making important international health decisions. The session, scheduled to be held from 3rd to 5th February, will discuss the decisions taken at last year's regional committee meetings held in the 6 regions of WHO and the reports of the program, budget and administrative committee meetings. The executive member states will also discuss and decide on the agenda to be taken up at this year's 78th World Health Assembly. These include universal health coverage, which will enhance countries' capacity to prepare and respond to health emergencies and meet sustainable development goals, and address key decisions on advancing priorities to mitigate the adverse impact of climate change on health. Participants will further discuss issues and present new ideas related to the most effective delivery of WHO assistance to countries. On the sidelines of the session, Minister Nazim is scheduled to host several meetings with high-level delegates of other participating countries to enhance and develop the health sector in the Maldives. The discussions will be focused towards human resource development, enhance public health, and explore possible assistance to develop the country's health sector.
The government launches a new initiative to explore possible collaborations with tourist resorts to increase opportunities for the local agricultural sector.
A team from the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Welfare led by the Minister Dr. Maria Maria visited the Crossroads Maldives to learn about its farming and maintenance techniques of the resort's plants and trees. Most tourist resorts in the Maldives have invested in growing a host of vegetables, fruits and herbs needed for their kitchen. The ministry said the main purpose of the visit was to identify areas where cooperation between the resorts and the government could be enhanced. During the visit, the minister inquired about farming techniques employed by Crossroads in growing its own vegetables and fruits. Mr. Dr. Maria Maria observed the various methods and techniques employed by the resort to grow its own produce and maintain the island's greenery. The ministry said the visit highlighted the resort's sustainable practices and innovative food production practices. The ministry stated that the techniques employed by the rest further highlighted the importance of role that resorts can play in supporting agriculture in Maldives. The ministry emphasized that resorts can play an important role in increasing sourcing of locally grown produce, farming, investing in hydroponics or other methods, or sharing skills and techniques with local farmers. The ministry said the aim of identifying these options is to increase locally produced food, promote sustainable practices and reduce dependence on imports. It added that enhanced cooperation will benefit from tourism ministry and the society while having the way to ensuring a sustainable food security in the Maldives.
Recently released statistics shows that the Maldives' key economic sectors, specifically tourism and fisheries, have shown substantial progress throughout January.
The Ministry of Tourism and Environment reported an 8% increase in tourist arrivals to the Maldives this January compared to the same period in 2024. Data showed that the country welcomed 207,798 tourists in January 2025, an increase from 192,385 tourists recorded in January 2024. The Maldives recorded its highest single-day tourist arrivals for January on the 31st with 9,495 visitors. In January 2025, the top three tourism source markets were China, Russia and Italy. Data revealed that the Maldives welcomed 36,169 Chinese tourists, 22,124 Russian tourists, and 20,686 Italian tourists during this period. Simultaneously, in the fisheries sector, the Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company MIFCO announced a substantial increase in payments to fishermen for January 2025. The quantity of fish sold to MIFCO also saw significant growth during this period. In December 2024, MIFCO reported dispersing approximately $4.38 million to fishermen for their catch. This payment increased to over $6.44 million in January 2025, reflecting a 47% rise compared to the previous month. Payments were made to 1,750 fishing vessels for their fish sold to MIFCO. In alignment with President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's electoral pledge, MIFCO is now committed to settling all payments within 48 hours of purchasing fish. This policy was inaugurated on Fishermen's Day 2024, observed on 10th December. Since then, MIFCO has consistently adhered to this 48-hour payment policy.
First Lady Madam Sajda Mohammed stressed the importance of climate-resilient agriculture for the Maldives.
Speaking during Climate Resilient Agriculture for Food Security in the Maldives conference, jointly organized by the Maldives National University MNU and the Islamic Organization for Food Security IOFS, First Lady Sajda Mohammed noted that Maldives imports 90% of the food it consumes. The First Lady highlighted that the crippling of the global supply chains during COVID-19 pandemic laid bare the significance of ensuring food security in the Maldives. However, she also noted the numerous challenges faced by local farmers due to climate change, such as global warming and high salinity in groundwater of most islands. The First Lady insisted that the Maldives needs to find ways to overcome such climate change-related challenges to establish a climate-resilient agricultural system. Highlighting the present difficulties faced by local farmers to market and supply their produce, First Lady Sajda also stressed on the need to find solutions to such challenges in order to ensure sustainable agricultural practices. The First Lady said that the President Dr. Mohamed Muiz's ambitious initiative to plant 5 million trees during his term is a testament to his commitment to ensuring food security in the Maldives by enhancing its agricultural sector. The Asian Development Bank (ADB) has provided $21.95 million in financial assistance to the Maldives to ensure food security in the country. This program aims to introduce climate-smart urban farming to the Maldives and teach its techniques to farmers in Ha Alif Atoll and Addu City.
The Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare, Dr. Mariam Maria, notes that engaging more youth in the agricultural sector is essential for sustainable and modern development.
Speaking at the opening ceremony of the Conference on Climate Resilient Agriculture for Food Security, jointly organized by the Maldives National University (MNU) and the Islamic Organization for Food Security (IOFS), Minister Maria outlined the administration's extensive efforts to advance the agricultural sector. She identified several obstacles, particularly in the outer islands, including a lack of technical knowledge and information necessary for development. According to her, additional challenges involve securing essential resources, obtaining financial support, transporting produce, and accessing markets. Minister Maria stated that the agricultural sector contributes 1.2% to the country's GDP. She noted that out of 7,600 registered farmers in the country, only 6.9% are youth. The minister said that the sustainable development of the agricultural sector, substantial efforts are required as 90% of the country's food is important. The Conference on Climate Resilient Agriculture for Food Security is held from 3rd to 4th February. Its primary aim is to enhance the nation's resilience to climate change through the promotion of climate-smart agricultural practices, thereby ensuring a stable food supply. According to the organizers, the event also facilitates academic discussions focused on identifying and addressing challenges faced by the agricultural sector. The conference brings together officials from MNU and IOFS alongside technical experts and students specializing in agriculture and farming. Organizers indicate that the research papers and discussions from the conference will be shared with policymakers in relevant government agencies. The opening ceremony was also attended by Minister of Tourism and Environment Tariq Ibrahim and Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shiam.
Maldives Monetary Authority MMA figures shows that the Maldives recorded a decent uptick in tourism occupancy rate last year in comparison to 2023.
According to MMA's monthly statistics report, the world-renowned holiday destination posted an occupancy rate in 2024 in contrast to the year before. Maldives had a 57.6% occupancy rate in 2023 across its tourist establishment, which increased 59.1% in 2024. According to the MMA report, tourist resorts were the biggest contributor to the uptick in the occupancy rate last year. In 2023, the occupancy rate of resorts was at 66.3%, but in 2024, the figure rose to 71.2%. The occupancy rate of safari vessels also increased last year from 23.5% in 2023 to 26.3% 1 year after. However, occupancy rates of guest houses and tourist hotels recorded a decline last year. The occupancy rate of guest houses in 2023 was 42.7%, but had dropped to 35% last year. Tourist hotels also followed a similar trend, with 35% occupancy in 2023 dropping down to 28.4% in 2024. According to the MMA report, a total of 61,739 beds were operated in the Maldives last year, which is an increase of 177 beds compared to the previous year.
The Minister of Health, Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim, urges major countries to assist vulnerable countries in overcoming climate-related health challenges. The minister made the call while addressing the 156th Executive Board meeting of the World Health Organization, WHO, in Geneva, Switzerland.
Speaking at the meeting, the minister highlighted the Maldives' key priorities in the health sector. He reaffirmed the Maldives' commitment to providing health services equally and without discrimination under the slogan of Health for All. He noted ongoing efforts to strengthen primary health care, PHC, to provide services to the people in an accessible manner. The health minister said the future hospitals would be green, smart hospitals that are environmentally friendly and equipped with modern facilities to mitigate environmental risk and strengthen health services. The minister noted that climate change causes excessive rainfall and flooding, which leads to an increase in disease outbreaks. According to him, this poses additional challenges in the delivery of services to the health system, despite progress in the country's health system. He stressed the need for member states of WHO to provide assistance to vulnerable countries to overcome such issues. In addition, the minister highlighted the recent ban on electronic cigarettes, e-cigarettes, in the Maldives, implemented to provide youth from smoking and reduce the side effects of non-communicable diseases and other diseases. The minister expressed gratitude to the WHO's Secretary General, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, and officials of the organization for their continued assistance and cooperation in addressing health challenges, including climate-related health issues and health emergencies.
Housing Development Corporation HDC initiates efforts to relocate corals to dredge 5 more areas under the government's landmark Rasmale project.
The Rasmale project will see the reclamation of 1,153 hectares of land with plans to accommodate 65,000 housing units. Due to some initial setbacks, the government has planned to carry out the reclamation under a dozen phases with 29 hectares of Area J already completed. HDC told PSM News that currently dredging is underway on areas D, F, G and L, where 9% of the work has been completed. HDC said coral relocation efforts are now underway to dredge 5 more areas under A, B, H, I and K. The government kicked off the reclamation of land for the Rasmale project on 18th December 2023. Though the government initially planned to complete the land reclamation of Rasmale within 10 months, adjustments had to be made to the timeline due to delays by the original contractor. Currently, the reclamation work is being carried out by Sri Lanka's Capital Marine and Civil Construction Company, CMC, and Boskalis of the Netherlands. However, President Dr. Mohamed Muiz has vowed to fast-track the project by sourcing the reclamation work to more contractors. The government stated that Rasmale will be developed as an eco-city aligning with the government's vision of sustainable urban growth.
President Dr. Mohamed Muiz presents a comprehensive address detailing his administration's strategic plans to advance the nation's tourism, fisheries and agricultural sectors during the opening session of Parliament for 2025. His vision encompasses enhancing infrastructure, promoting underdeveloped regions, supporting new facilities and establishing a special economic zone reflecting a commitment to sustainable growth and modernization.
President announced that this administration aims to attract over 2.3 million tourists in 2025, building on the historic milestone of welcoming over 2 million tourists in a single year for the first time in 2024, which marked a 9% increase in compared to 2023. He noted that the administration has initiated multiple efforts to achieve this target. This includes the acquisition and operationalization of the wide-body aircraft for the national carrier Maldivian. The aircraft has already commenced flights to 3 destinations in China with plans to expand. Additionally, another wide-body aircraft is expected to be acquired in October 2025 to facilitate direct flights between Male and various European destinations. The administration also intends to introduce incentives and streamline investment processes to foster the development of tourist facilities in less developed regions. According to the administration's 2025 budget, the Maldives is projected to receive 2.2 million tourists, accounting for an estimated 14.2 million bed nights. The administration aims to attract over 2.3 million tourists this year. President also highlighted the crucial need for modernizing the fisheries sector, characterizing fishing as a fundamental aspect of Maldivian identity and survival. According to the president this year, cold storage facilities and fish processing plants will be developed in Felivaru, Lavian Atoll, Fiori, Gafdal Atoll and Nilandu, Faf Atoll, among other locations. The president said that cold storage developments project in Felivaru and Tinadu, Gafdal Atoll will be completed within the year. A comprehensive registry of all fishermen has been established. Citing this, President stated that loans and credit facilities will be extended to these registered fishermen and vessels later this year. President Dr. Muizu also outlined the progress of the plans to establish a special economic zone dedicated to agriculture by the end of 2025. The administration's revised plans designate Fushidi-Garufalu as the site for the special economic zone, replacing the initially proposed Uturu Tilafaru. President said that this initiative is intended to elevate the agricultural sector into a significant contributor to the national economy.
That's all for this week. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day.
එගාර නොවම්බර් නවාස්තක නොවදිහ හතරකුම් ෆෙෂිගෙන් මෙදු කැඩුවෙන් නැති.
ඒ අඩු එහරි ඉරාත් ප්‍රවියාගුන් දිනීගන
රාජ්‍යයක පතුරුවෙන් කම්මිලනි
ගෞම දිෆාල් කරන පොර සිගාංග මිය දාහිලා ෆොය
අගුමෙන් ලියුන්තහු ගාවිස් කුන්නේ දිහිබත්තකින් හොලගෙන් දියවන්ත අදුවයි
කී දොංකොක්ක මේ මහලේවා වෙට්ටුනිමත්
क्वेश्चन किया दक्का उरिया इच्चे तजुर्बा कुराहित
නරුවන අවදු සිතනරණි සෝරක
රාජ්‍යයක එම්මෙ කිනදුසි ටීවී ෂෝ හේයම්පෝ